We all want to think that we don't judge other people based on how they look. But the reality of the world is that we all do it. How we look plays a big role in how other people perceive us and really just how people treat us and where we go with our life. And as a guy, a big factor of that is our face, our facial hair, right? So I started digging into this idea of how our facial structure and really just how our facial hair gives off different perceptions. I started reading a bunch of articles on it. One article in particular talked about how men with full beards are more attractive to women who are looking for long-term relationships and stability. And on the flip side, it said that men with short or stubbly facial hair are more attractive to women who are looking for like a shorter hookup type of fling. So that's just two examples of how it plays a factor, right? Like it plays a factor in how you're perceived to other people. And I wanted to dig a little bit further. So I started going through some studies and some surveys, and I found one that surveyed 300 different women, right? So it asked these 300 women of all different ages what types of facial hair they found the most attractive. And it basically just compared them side by side. But before I jump into that list, I do want to say that the purpose of this is not for me to just show you guys the most ridiculous facial hair and tell you that it's not good looking, right? Like to me, it's pretty obvious that if you're rocking a chin strap or if you're rocking like one of those disgusting neck beards, that is unattractive. That's just obvious to me. So I'm just going to completely leave that out of this video because I feel like everybody more or less knows that. Okay, so jumping right into it, this is number 5 on the list, which was evaluated as the least attractive. And this is the mustache. A lot of men nowadays are starting to rock this. Like I'm seeing a lot more popularity with it. And I think some guys really can. Like some guys can pull it off. I'm definitely not one of those guys. But I've noticed that the guys that do pull it off typically are very confident. They typically have good facial structures. They got a good jawline. And then they also just typically have good hair on top of their head, right? I don't know what it is, but to me at least, bald guys do not look good with a mustache. It gives off like Monopoly man vibes, if I'm being honest. So I can't pull it off, but some guys can, very few, but some can. Number 4 is the goatee. I'm not a fan of this one at all. This one gives me middle-aged dad vibes big time. And I think even fewer guys can pull this one off. I'm kind of surprised it ranked more attractive than the mustache, but it is what it is. That's number 4. Number 3, getting to the more attractive ones, is the long stubble or trimmed beard. And I got my man Ben Affleck here. This is basically what I rock, right? This is like a week's worth of facial hair grown out. I like it because it gives off like a masculine vibe, right? Like it shows that you can still grow a beard, but it's not like all over the place. Keep it trimmed up and keep it looking professional. So it's worked for me. It's not like it's a huge hindrance or a huge maintenance pull for me. So that's why I like it. Also, for guys that don't have a jawline, this can be a good option to kind of, I guess, like contour your face or like shape your face in a specific way. Like how women use makeup, right, to like shade their face differently and like give the appearance that there's like facial structure there. Guys can kind of do this too with a beard. So that's kind of why I like this one. Gives the effect of a jawline, even if you don't have a super defined jawline. The one caveat with this one is though, if you have a patchy beard, like if it's not grown in all the way, I think you should avoid this one at all costs, right? Because I'll see guys like trying to grow a beard and it's all patchy and it just looks way worse than if they just shave it down completely. I think it's kind of like the same idea as guys who are going bald, right? Like if you're going bald, if you're losing your hair, just accept the fact and like go bald, shave it down. Don't try and hide it by growing your hair out and like doing some weird comb over because you're not really fooling anyone. So if it's patchy, I'd say do not do this one. If you can grow a beard or if you're trying to like thicken up your beard, whether it be through like serums or beard oils, I don't know. It's my preference. Number 2 on the list, which is second most attractive, is the clean shaven look. Obviously, you got The Rock here. Dude's a man rocket. I think he was voted as like one of the most attractive men in Hollywood before. But he's obviously got like a very masculine look to him, right? Like the dude's jacked as shit. Good looking dude, strong, defined jawline. He pulls it off well. And I think why a lot of women find this very attractive is because you can't really hide anything, right? With the clean shave. I feel like women get the perception that if a guy has like a big, thick beard, that like sometimes they're hiding something underneath it, whether it be like not having a jawline or having like a bunch of acne. Whereas when you got this clean shaven look, you can't hide anything. Okay, number one, and this was voted most attractive per the survey, and that is stubble. So again, you got Bradley Cooper here. He's a great looking dude, but he also has a good jawline, got good facial structure. I think the reason why a lot of women find this one attractive is because it almost gives off the persona where you're not really putting in a bunch of effort. Like it's very low effort and it's almost towing the line of like, I don't really care, but I'm still clean. I'm still professional and presentable. Maybe that's just my perception, but that's kind of my thought process there. So that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any women that watch this video, let me know if this is accurate and what your thoughts are, and whether or not this is the most attractive or not. So that's the video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, peace.